Hello everyone, and welcome to Hamilton Pagan Pride's opening concert and fundraiser here at Online Concert Thing. We greatly appreciate you joining us for this online concert with myself, Marin King, and Gina Lamont, who follows directly after my set. We're so glad you're here. Ticket sales for this concert are Hamilton Pagan Harvest Festival's major fundraiser. They've been unable to do any fundraising in person due to COVID and related social distancing laws. So every one of you who are here, thank you so very much. Your ticket purchases go to support this awesome organization, and you are wonderful. As I mentioned before, I am Marin Edna Marie King, and welcome to my music studio here in North Central Florida, USA. I haven't always lived here in Florida. In fact, I was born in Long Beach, California. Traveled around a bit with my folks for a while, then went over to Orange County for my raising, and then spent quite a good bit of my young adult life over on the coast of Southern California before traveling more. Yes, I'm a traveler at heart and by family tradition. I've been making music most of my life in one form or another, but mostly for myself and my family only. Maybe some college friends or singing at karaoke or open mic nights, but nothing ever really serious. As I got older though, more and more I knew I wasn't on the right path of life, working a mundane job, doing my day-to-day thing. But I stuck to it, as you do, there's bills to pay. That eventually didn't sit well, though, and finally I was so far off my path that I was meant to be on that in 2001 I had an emotional breakdown. And that changed everything. While I was on my road to recovery, I picked up my music again and started learning more covers of songs that I loved by artists I really admire. And I did that for several years, tooling around on my own with my own songs, little bit now and then, but never really serious about it. After a while, I had friends who encouraged me by asking to hear my original songs, and that was scary, let me tell you, but I did it, and I'm so glad I did. I have 15 songs now that are originals, and there's more running around in my head all of the time, waiting their turn to come out into the world. As I said, I am a traveler born and bred. And on my travels, I've been to some fabulous gatherings of like-minded folk. One of these gatherings was held at the summer solstice, and where we were, it was stormy and rainy and just plain wet for the whole festival. A lot of the time was spent with my friends in their campsites and their vendor booths, under pop-ups, playing music, staying dry, spending time at my own camp too, when I wanted to have some downtime. I often pick up my guitar and play while I'm sitting at camp. And I'd been playing this particular chord pattern for a while and humming a sort of tune off and on. And one day I was sitting at festival while it was raining and dreary. And it was downtime for me. I started working on this song again, and the words started coming to me. I wrote half of it there, finished it at home, then recorded it and added some lovely sound effects. And I'm going to be playing along with some backing tracks today, so you can hear what I hear in my head. So, this song is called Pathways and Passages. And I'm so happy to share it with you now. It was the summer of my 59th year. Fierce winds and pouring rain did battle every day. Stark flash of lightning the path I walked, lichen, rocks and moss, roots and leaves. Oh, I found myself amongst the trees. Sweet voices calling from a distant path, leading me homeward through the forested ways. Dark moon above me, ancient standing stones, a peace I'd never known fell on me. Oh, I sighed and took it gratefully. Kindred come, all the many forms I've been, gathered round me as I see my true way, what this time I'm here to be. My third eye opens and I see. Heavy rains continue washing over me, falling to my knees. I dig deep in the mud, releasing old ways and shedding false skins. I raise my hands and mark myself free. Oh, my transformation is complete. Walking under the eyes of a black moon, dripping words of truth and power, ever onward on this path of tales and truths, shining my light in the dark. It was the summer of my 59th year that I came to find out just exactly who I be. Lilith's daughter, shadow goddess dancing free. Roots and leaves and moss are calling me. Oh, won't you rise and walk with me? I do love the sound of thunder, and I love storms so very much. I miss my forests, and I miss my trees and my moss and all the good folk of the woods. I sure do. The last 20 months have been really hard, without being able to gather with like-minded folk among the forests and out in the woods. I look forward to the day when we can all do that safely together again. There was a time that I lived in Arizona, and I went to university there for English literature and poetry and music. And I met some amazing people and made some really good friends while I was there. I had a piano at the time and would often play for instrumental majors when they had a piece that needed piano accompaniment. It was a great experience and one I'll always be grateful for. I would also play a lot of New Age music out of books and just for myself, because I really liked that style back then. At the end of my third year of college, I wrote a piece for piano and voice for an international exchange student who I had really made a heart connection with. after they left for home, I never really picked the song up again. But I would have it run through my head from time to time. I no longer have a piano, but I did finally decide a few years ago to try and transpose it to guitar. And well, here is the result. That ended up with a guitar, percussion, and 2 voices. This is a song that I call Arizona Memories. Phone rang a few days ago. Thought it might be you, but it was only some man selling yesterday's news. Heard a voice call my name. Thought it might be you, but it was only my mind playing back memory. I know there are places we could never have gone. I know there are things that we just never could see, but that doesn't stop me from smiling at all we had. Early I watched the sunrise, but I'm not really here. Canyon wind brushes my hair as I breathe in the air. Summer monsoons have come, dropping rain on my face. My eyes, they enter in kind, like yours did one fall day. I know there are places we are not going to go. I know there are things that we are not going to see, but that doesn't stop me from smiling in my daydream. Where are the all-night cafes that we've yet to know? What are the things that we'll say as we're sharing our soul? We'll sing under the stars on your wedding day, playing our music all night, singing songs we've just made. I know there are places we have yet to find. I know there are things that we have yet One of the things that I really liked about Arizona was the way that the desert would smell after it rained. It was one of the most beautiful things. It was so hot and the rains were so infrequent that when they did come, the desert burst out in bloom and that scent came across on the air, and it was amazing. Speaking of flowers, one of my favorite flowers is the morning glory. I've always loved it, and I love the way that their vines burst out with beautifully blue, purple, pink flowers in the trumpet shape. One variety that I learned about recently, though, is Ipomaea alba. It's also called the moonflower, and I just really fell in love with it. It has the white trumpet flowers that are iridescent at night, and they only bloom at night. According to pictures and in my imagination, they are spectacular under the full moon. I was reading all about them, and a melody started wandering around out of the whirlwind in my head. I had to find it on the guitar, and when I did, well, along came Flower of the Moon.
Sacred garden, gaze upon the beauty of Ipomaea, born to intertwine in the sun in all its glory. Yet you will find that its true love is the moon, bursting forth from a hard brown sea, soaked well by summer rain, growing quickly 'neath the clear sky, roots running deeper and spreading out its many heart-shaped leaves, dancing in a wandering breeze. And when the autumn falls, myriad flowers burst free. Riots of color fill our mother's sacred garden. Sunflowers and asters, dahlias and henbane, roses, marigolds, and lotus blooming in the sunlight. Yet Ipomaea's bright iridescence is for the moon. From out of the twilight, sweet fragrance fills the air. Pearly white trumpet flowers, turning faces to the night sky, spreading out amongst its nighttime kin, weaving in the silvery light. And when the full moon comes, Ipomaea shines so very bright. Sister to gardenia, brother to night blooming jasmine, cousin to the darkness in our mother's sacred garden. to moth and beetle, who drink deep of the sweetest nectar. And when the night is done, bent flowers carry their seeds home. Now you know of Ipomaea, lustrous flower of the moon, shining bright there in the dark for the love of that ever-present, ever-changing orb. Whether dark or whether bright, it blooms the same, as faithful as the turning world in its dance with our glorious
So, this next song that I want to do for you is one of the first songs that I wrote back in 2009. It's gone through several iterations, and several names. But I do believe that finally it might be done, maybe. But is anything ever really done? I don't know. Anyway, it's a little bit long, a little bit irreverent, but I like it. And so I hope that you like it too. I call it The Real Song.
So they ask me how I spend my days, and I think how to answer that in an honest way, but I don't know how to say really what until then, it's just gonna be a little ditty I sing for my family. Yeah. 'Cause all I think about is you. Ever present, my mind shadow, and everything I do, I share with you. And I know that you are far from me, and I won't be able to see you for a while, and that's alright, my friend. We'll just keep on walking, and I'm so grateful for the time we've spent and the laughter that you shared with me. Oh yes. Ah, ah, oh yes. Ah, ah, oh yes. Ah, ah, oh yeah. I really do like that song. It's a lot of fun. I hope you had fun with it too. I think it's the final version. I'm not sure. Okay, so here was where I would like to remind you about the tip rewards that are available. So go check them out and see what's there. There's some cool stuff. So go on and get you a tip reward. Also, if you can, go make an additional donation to Hamilton Pagan Pride. Help keep them going so they can continue to keep the community going with online events like these and in-person events one day again in the future when it's safe to do so. In the meantime, donate what you can, get the vaccine, and mask up. We're all in this together. I'm going to take a sip. I'm a little parched right now. All right. So, as I said, there's always music in my head swirling around. And my songs go round and round in my head. There always seems to be some new thing happening. Some new song going, some snippet, some little melody. And one day I was thinking about that. And I was like, yeah, I need to write a song about all that. So here we are, folks. I'm going to say this song that I wrote. It's called Whirlwind. And again, I'm playing along with myself here. So, all right, here we go. Sure when I lost my mind, not sure that I wanna find it. I'm alone almost all the time, playing the songs from the tunes and the words rolling through
going around in my head. Oh, okay. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to play a song for you that I wrote for Circle Sanctuary's online virtual Pagan Spirit Gathering 2021 that was held on summer solstice. I was supposed to play in person at PSG 2020, but we all know what happened with all of the stuff, all of the gatherings in 2020. They didn't happen. Circle Sanctuary was kind enough to ask if I wanted to be a part of that year's virtual PSG online, and it was so great. They also asked me to this year's virtual PSG 2021, and I said, of course, I'd love to be a part of it. What would you like me to do? And they said, we'd love you to sing a song. And I said, great. What song would you like me to sing? And they said, well, the theme is Spirals of Change. Could you come up with something for that? And I said, yes, I can come up with something for that. And I did. I researched. I read all about spirals and helixes and double helixes and DNA. And I went down some rabbit holes. And then I went down a whole bunch of other rabbit holes when I was looking at all of the natural signs of spirals and helixes and double helixes. And finally, I pulled myself back up to the very human part of our pathways and the spirals that we walk and the wheel of the year, and I brought it to that more human perspective of everything that we've all been in since 2019. And I finally settled on this song, and I call it Spirals of Change. Here we are walking the wheel again. Familiar pathways lead through time, all the same yet not the same, ever onward through the ways. On these spirals of change, what we sow, what we learn is how we grow, ever reaching toward the light. Journey round the stars and sun, seasons flowing one by one, time and space change everything. Patterns and cycles and forms repeating, swirls and whirls of life untamed, ever unfurling and evolving, yet the beauty of it all remains the same, yet different. Caterpillars in the garden, metamorph to butterflies, flitting in the bright moonlight. World turns, the night becomes the day, as they dance the spirals of change. Patterns and cycles and forms repeating, swirls and whirls of life untamed, ever unfurling and evolving, yet the beauty of it all remains the same, yet different. What we reap is what we sow, what we learn is how we grow, ever reaching toward the light. Journey around the stars and sun, seasons flowing one by one, time and space shape everything. Oh yes, on these spirals of change. Every day the wheel goes round and round. I was recently at a writer's retreat by the bay, one of the bays here in Florida. And I was out one morning watching the seabirds as they were flying across the bay, swooping down, catching their breakfast, diving down into the water. I was enjoying my own morning libations out there on the beach by the dock. I had my guitar, because writer's retreat. And I had this very cool feeling come over me. And I thought of my mama and my grandma, and I imagined them there sitting with me, humming along while I played my tunes, watching the boats go by, and the fluffy clouds and the bright blue sky as they sailed along. This chord slide started happening, and then this chord slide came in here. Except everything was down without a capo. And then this change came along, and I thought, oh my, I am almost there. I wrote some of the words while I was out there, and came back inside and wrote the rest, came home, recorded it, added some really neat stuff. And I'm going to play it for you right now with all that neat stuff too. So here we go. I'm calling this song Deep Dive. Deep dive. Deep dive. Well, I've got one last song for you all. It's in drop D, and I've switched guitars real quick. So, here we go. A lot of times when I'm falling asleep at night, I think about the people in my life and invariably how much I miss them so. Sometimes I fall asleep and have dreams where I'm flying, and sometimes I get to hang out with the people I'm dreaming about. I was particularly missing some folks and thinking about transcendental meditation and dreaming and the like, and well, I found this pretty song. This is called Transcendental Dreaming.
I dreamt I was flying over the mountains and the river, hoping to find you. I spied in your heart line, beating strong and true like your love. You shone so bright, and I touched your face, and your eyes flew wide, and you smiled, and you took my hand, and you followed me into the sky. We dreamt we were flying, looking for other heartlights shining bright there in the darkness. So many lights flying, filling the starry skies like little fires to warm the weary. And we raced for the moon, and we loved, and we cried and enjoyed, and we danced with the sun as he warmed our beautiful blue world. We're all of us flying through space and time across our twirling earth. We're shining our brightest light, beacons of love, sources of kindness and understanding, compassion and faith. And we're here right now. If you'd open your eyes, then you'd see that we're all one people, we're all one family. Come with us, we're flying. We're making a better world, dreaming of every day's a new beginning. Speak with compassion, live true to your word, and help every soul that you can. Be the change. Fly free, shine your light. This is the way. Walk in kindness, for you know
dreamt I was flying, looking for you. Well, folks, thank you so much. This is the end of my part of this fundraising concert for Hamilton Pagan Pride Harvest Festival's fundraiser. Stay tuned now for the inimitable Mama Gina Lamont, following me right directly. Thank you again, everyone, at Hamilton Pagan Pride for this opportunity, and all of you for being here. We'll see you down the road. Bye.